Welcome to ASD Shine Bright, the podcast. My name is Corey Young. We're here where we cover all of the awesome things going on in Anchorage School District. We're here at Polaris K-12. This is the Wolves, and they are celebrating their journey to 30 years as a school. That's a long time. And I'm here for a wonderful group of students. I'm going to start off first with them introducing yourselves, and then I'll say what grade you're in.
My name is Jesse Tyrell, and I'm representing the senior class.
My name is Ashley Graves, and I am in 9th grade.
I'm Dawson Brunquist, and I am in 7th grade.
I'm Abby, and I'm in 5th grade.
I'm Simon, and I'm in 2-3.
I'm Hazel, and I'm in 1st grade.
Awesome. So Hazel, keep the mic. So tell me a little bit about Polaris. What's your favorite thing about the school? Tell me, if I could ask you that.
I like the people here.
That's good. What do you like about the people?
They're nice and they're kind.
That's awesome. What do you like about it?
I like the intensives here. They're really fun.
Explain a little bit about the intensives, because a lot of people don't know what that means.
So, twice every year we have intensives. It's where we go to a different class and study one subject, and it's really fun.
I like that. So some of the intensives I know that you guys do, if you could pass the mic, I've heard you guys done sailing. There's mountain biking. What are some of the other intensives out there?
I know there was miniature model building, there was all things cozy, and there's just a bunch of other ones. There was space exploration, reading help, but they were all really fun.
So what do you like the most about it, Abby?
I definitely like, the intensives, but also we do a thing called the Kaladi Cup, and it's all where 6th grade to seniors, they do a series of competitions for a week, and then whatever advisory wins, they get something called the Kaladi Cup.
That's awesome.
That's just what I know about it.
No, I like it. So what do you like the most about Polaris?
I like how independent you can be as a learner, and also how nice the teachers are and how supporting they are of your academic journey.
Yeah, you were telling me you played 3 different instruments.
Yeah, I do. Clarinet, saxophone, and piano.
Has Polaris helped you kind of in that?
Yeah. I started out on clarinet in beginning band, and then I picked up saxophone because I thought it was really cool, and I've been playing piano for 8 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me what you like the most about Polaris as a high school student.
I really like the diversity in the age groups because as a person who's been at Polaris since kindergarten,
Wow.
at the end of this year it'll be my 10th year, I really like how because of the bigger age ranges, then I feel like we grow more as a school, and it's just more fun to have everyone involved.
I like it. Jesse, you've been in our podcast before. You're a student leader.
Yeah.
You're a senior now. Of all the time you've been at Polaris, have you been there since the beginning?
Yeah, I've been here since kindergarten. So it's a full 12 years. It's been pretty good. I'm very happy with Polaris. I think what really makes Polaris for me is the self-direction and the choice. I'm taking a couple of specialty classes here, advanced Spanish and biotap, which deals with a lot of genetics. And then I also get to go for half the day to King Tech, which is the technical school for EMT. I'm also taking online classes. I've toyed with taking classes at UAA. And I compete with Diamond on the mock trial team. There's just a lot of self-choice. It's like Polaris is a platform that then launches you off into wherever you want to go.
I love it. You also told me you're trying to be a volunteer firefighter at Chuyach Fire Department.
Yeah.
And you also were the student representative for the Assembly, Anchorage Assembly. Oh, very impressive. I love it.
Yeah.
So keeping the mic with you, and then I'll ask you guys all the same question. Being a leader, obviously you guys hear about leadership. What does it mean to be a leader here at Polaris, and what have you learned to be able to do that?
Yeah, at Polaris, there is a wide range of students, and so it really is, of course, leading in the moment is important, being able to help your peers, but it's really leading by example. It's the nonverbal, where you are just a strong presence for the younger kids to kind of show them how to be respectful and just be a good example.
I like that. Leadership.
Being a leader to me is being able to work with anyone, I guess. So being able to communicate and bond with people even if you don't know them well or if you don't have a lot in common, I guess. So
that's good. What are your thoughts on leadership?
Being a leader to me kind of is like being a role model and inspiring people to do more and collaborate together. Yeah.
To me, being a leader is definitely like collaborating, but also trying to help people out. If they need help, help them. Like trying to help them with whatever they need help with, even if, like what Ashley said, if you don't have much in common or you don't know each other very well.
Being a leader to me means cheering people on if they're having a rough time and helping them.
Great answers, guys.
Being a leader means a lot to me. I help people. I help people read and learn, and I read to the younger people in my class.
I like it. So, that's a great question, Hazel. I'm going to switch this now. Keep the mic. We talk. This school has everybody from a kindergarten. How old is that? Like 4 or 5, right? All the way to like 18, right? Maybe 19. That's a huge age range. Like, I can't imagine. I remember being your age and thinking like somebody like Jesse was super old because they might have a beard, like mustache, right? Or right? You guys probably think that. But do you guys work together? Like, how do you guys do stuff with the older kids?
Well, with the older kids, sometimes they be nice to me and they help me also read and they help me with spelling.
I like that. How does it feel having all ages in here?
It's really nice because they help us out if we're having rough times, and I just like having older kids here.
I definitely do think it's really fun. Sometimes it can be a little awkward during sometimes, but it definitely is really fun. They do help us out, and yeah.
So you're in the mix, sort of, because you got old and young. So how does it feel to do both?
So, I feel like the younger and the older people kind of keep me in check on my behavior-wise because I'm kind of always a role model for the younger children, and I also want to like kind of be cool in front of the older kids. So it kind of helps me behave better and like inspires me to do better. And we also, do collaborative projects with younger children with advisory groups and family groups, like reading with them and like doing fun art projects.
I like that. Same thing for you. You're not the oldest yet, but you are older than the rest of the ones here on my right. So how does it feel to be able to work with young and old?
I really like getting the chance to work with the younger kids, and I've done tutoring in the past. I really do like tutoring. I tutored for Sam's intensive, the last intensive, and I feel like it's just so nice to be able to work with all of the age groups and being able to have connections and be like, oh my gosh, look, I know that person in the hallway. It just makes Polaris feel more like Polaris.
I like that.
Yeah, it's been pretty great getting to kind of rise up through that process. And I remember in lower elementary, we would have reading buddies where older kids would come in for a little while and read to us, or you can have TAs. I would get TA'd in elementary school by the older kids, and then when I went to upper school, I would then TA the little kids. It's really a circular process when you've been here for this long, and it's been really a positive one.
This is open to everybody. You guys ever think about your futures, dreams? You guys all do? Yeah. So tell me, how is Polaris? First, tell me something that you are thinking about you want to do when you get old like me. Or not as old as me yet right now, but when you get old as me. But also, like, how has Polaris helped you get there? Like, what are some of the things you're doing? And so anybody.
Yeah, I'll start. It was definitely student government in middle school that kind of set me on the path that I'm on now. I think having really strong a teacher and group around me, which motivated me, has kind of tossed me into any number of programs. I've gone to Juneau, through the student advisory board. I kind of found the assembly spot, which I took last year through this. I think really strong mentorship from teachers and inspiration from other peers has kind of put me in. I'm looking to be a lawyer in the future, but right now I've been pretty interested in firefighting and EMT.
Wow, you're gonna help save us in one way or the other, right?
What was the question again?
Oh, no, you're fine. The question was basically asking you about like, what do you want to do when you're older? Like what kind of job, career path, whatever. And then how's Polaris helped you in that journey?
I really want to be a teacher when I'm older, and I feel like me wanting to be a teacher was really inspired by my mom and Tia, because before Tia was principal, she was actually a 4-5 teacher, and I had her for 4-5.
So the principal is your teacher, and then your mom's also a teacher here, and she's also Abby's teacher right now, right? Yeah. So full circle, go ahead.
And I feel like them being a huge influence in my life of being teachers has really made me feel like, wow, they're doing something with their lives, and I find that really inspirational. So that's why I started tutoring, and that's why I've really liked working with the youngest so far.
I love that. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Sure. I want to be a musician when I grow up, and what really inspired me to do that was just getting into band in 6th grade at the beginning of middle school, because we have a really awesome band teacher here, and I started off on clarinet, like I said earlier, but it just really inspired me to work harder on my other instruments because I was already playing piano, and I also got into jazz, and now I'm in multiple jazz bands, and I just really love music. Yeah.
I want to do like architect or like construction when I'm older, and I definitely do think like math and stuff like that is definitely helping, because I know I'm gonna have to do a portion of that during all of that. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I know math is gonna have to come in handy in some parts of it, so I definitely do think like the math and science is kind of gonna help me.
I've always wanted to be like a paleontologist, and Polaris has inspired me to.
Wow,
like.
You've always wanted to be a paleontologist?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And Polaris has like helped me become like teach me science. So because I'm gonna have to know science to be a paleontologist.
Wow.
When I'm older, I want to be a scientist and figure stuff out. And we do science here, so I need to learn I need to learn science to do science, like scientists. I want to be a scientist.
Super impressive. Scientist, paleontologist, architect, musician, teacher, and lawyer / firefighter. You could do both, actually. That'd be an awesome business practice. That'll save fires and I'll get you out of court. So I want to end this with one last question for you guys. If you each could give me one word to describe Polaris and tell me why. We'll start off with you, Hazel. So one word and why. And like, if you saw somebody that doesn't go to this school, or one of your family members from another state calls you and it's like, what would you say? What would your one word be about Polaris, and then tell me why?
Well, I like Polaris because there's people that are kind here, and I like my friends. I like making friends, and let me think why.
So your one word was kind of like friends, maybe?
I like making friends.
Okay.
But
I like that. That was good.
yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
My one word is kind, because a lot of people at the school are really nice. They help me out a lot, and if I'm having a hard time, they're always really kind to me.
I like that.
There's a lot of words that could describe Polaris, but mine is definitely collaborative, because there's a lot of collaborative freedom with either like middle schoolers or high schoolers coming to our classes and helping us, or us maybe going to their classes, or us going to K1's classes. Also, the intensives help with that collaborativity, or whatever it's called. So I definitely do think collaborative is a good word to describe it.
I think creativity is my word, because I think Polaris really encourages you to be creative as a learner, and just with everything else in your life. Not only students encourage that, but like teachers too. And I think that's just a really good word to describe that.
I like that.
I think that a word that would describe Polaris would be diverse, because not only is there a diversity in age groups and people, but we also have a diverse selection of opportunities as you grow and learn as a person in this world. So.
Yeah, if I were to sum up Polaris in one word, I think it would be initiative. There's a lot of ability for students to take initiative and kind of choose their own path and take it from there.
I like it. So we have initiative, diversity, creativity, collaboration, or collaborative, kind, and friends. My word for you guys is awesome. That's super cool. As we celebrate the journey for 30 of you guys, thank you guys very much for being on the podcast. I'm using the mic and I already have the mic. So just thank you guys for being on here. I can't wait to follow you guys more. You guys should come check out Polaris and some of their events. If you look on our ASD website, I'm sure you'll be able to look on their page and see some of the cool collaborative things they do, especially with the intensives. And you'll see more as we celebrate Polaris and the 30 and the journey to 30. So thank you guys for watching ASD Shine Bright, the podcast. You guys can wave if you want. Make sure you check us out on our Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We're all over the place. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.